Sega.
My enemies are many, my equals are none. In the shade of olive trees, they said Italy could never be conquered. In the land of pharaohs and kings, they said Egypt could never be humbled. In the realm of forest and snow, they said Russia could never be tamed. Now they say nothing. They fear me, like a force of nature, a dealer in thunder and death. I say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor.
Welcome to the siege of Toulon. Here, you will learn the basics of commanding an army on the battlefield. You have been given control of Napoleon's French army. Camped in and around this fort are your British enemies. Your task is to rout the British army from Toulon. Let's start by selecting your cannons. Left now, move your cursor over an enemy unit, and right-click your mouse to order your cannons to attack. Whilst you are shelling the enemy, practice raising and lowering the camera by rolling the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Z or X keys. Keep up the pressure by firing your cannons at the enemy. As they take damage, and this will eventually make them run away. You have successfully routed an enemy unit. If you rout all enemy units from the battlefield, you will be victorious. You can use the W and S keys to move the camera backwards and forwards, and the A and D keys to strafe left and right. You can rotate the camera by clicking and holding the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Q and E keys. Try this now. Select a line infantry unit by left-clicking on the unit or left-clicking the unit card on the review panel at the bottom of the screen. You can double-click here to automatically pan the camera to the unit. Now, left-click on the Fire at Will button on the review panel at the bottom of the screen. This unit will now automatically fire at enemy units within range of their muskets. Left-clicking this button again will cancel the order. Units are set to fire at will by default. While enemy troops with broken morale can return to fight once they recover their resolve, these British troops have been shattered. Let them flee for their lives. Well done! You have successfully routed the first wave of enemy units. Now, right-click on the locations indicated to order your units to advance forward. Alternatively, you can use the forward and backwards button at the bottom of the screen to move your troops. To increase the speed of your unit's movement, click the Run button on the review panel, or double right-click when issuing a movement command. If you right-click and drag at your chosen destination, you can determine the width, depth and orientation that your troops will form up in. You can also use the rotation and increase file and rank buttons at the bottom of the screen to adjust your unit's shape and orientation. Each unit has a set of special abilities, which can be used during a battle. These abilities can be selected from the bottom of the screen and range from tactical formations to explosive shot types. A second wave of enemies are approaching. Keep your units behind this cover to give them an advantage over the enemy.
Garde révolutionnaire! Monsieur! Ouvrez le feu! Ils sont maintenant à portée de nos fusils, monsieur. Garde révolutionnaire! Monsieur! Attention à la cavalerie! Maintenez votre position!
Seriously reduce British numbers. Select one of your infantry units and click on the melee attack button.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
Now, mouse over an enemy unit and right-click to engage in melee. You can double-click to charge. These men will remain in melee mode whilst the button is selected. Click again to disable melee mode and have your men fire on the enemy when next ordered to attack. Napoleon has joined your ranks for the final push. Use Napoleon wisely and keep him protected. His presence in battle will strengthen the morale of nearby friendly units. Your general also has a set of special abilities, which includes Rally, the ability to boost the morale of your units within the general's radius for a short period of time, and Inspire, the ability to increase a specific unit's morale, melee and accuracy abilities for a brief period of time. Both of these abilities are clearly indicated on the troops currently being affected by them. Use the commands you have just learned to rout the rest of the British Army.
Infanterie d'élite! Mettez-vous à couvert, imbécile!
Le canot est prêt, monsieur.
L'infanterie suisse attend les ordres.
Welcome to the Battle of Algeciras Bay. Here, you will learn the basic navigation and command of the French fleet. Anchored off the coast of Gibraltar are the Royal Navy, your British enemies. Your task is to remove their fleet from the Mediterranean by any means necessary. This is your flagship, the most important ship in any admiral's fleet. The circular flag above your ship is its icon. The green bars at the bottom represent the strengths of the hull on each side of your ship, and the white bar at the top represents the amount of damage your sails and masts have taken. It appears your ship has taken some damage since last being in port, and is in need of urgent attention. Left-click on the ship card at the bottom of the screen to select your ship. Now, select the Repair Ship button at the bottom of the screen to get your crew to fix the damage. During the repair process, your ship will not be able to perform another task unless you cancel the repair process first. Once the repair process is completed, your ship will be fully functional and ready for combat. With your ship now being readied for war, you need to learn how to use the camera to help track down and destroy the British fleet. First, try moving the camera forward and back by using the W key to move forward and the S key to move back. Now, try moving the camera left and right by using the A key to move left and the D key to move right. Try rotating the camera left and right by using the Q key to rotate the camera left and the E key to rotate it right. You can use the V key to pan the camera up and the C key to pan the camera down. Finally, try moving the camera up and down by using the X key to move it up. Well done! You can also use the mouse to move the camera around by either moving it to the edges of the screen or by holding down the middle mouse button whilst moving the mouse to drag the camera around. Let's now set sail. To do this, right-click at the base of the marker shown with your ship selected. Your ship will now move to the first marker. You can halt your ship at any time or cancel its current orders by clicking the highlighted anchor button. Good. Now, have your ship resume its movement to the first marker. Now try double-clicking at the base of the next marker to have your ship move there at its fastest speed. You can also set your ship's speed by increasing or decreasing the number of sails it uses. This is done by selecting one of the highlighted buttons at the bottom of the screen. One of the British ships is moving to attack. To engage in combat, right-click on the enemy with your ship selected. With your ship moving in to engage the enemy, let's look at the different shot types your ship has on board. The default shot type for this ship is round shot. This is extremely effective against an enemy's hull and at destroying their guns. As your ship is automatically set to fire at will, once in range of the enemy, your ship will open fire. Also on board is chain shot. This shot type is designed to hit the enemy's masts and can therefore be used to cripple their movement. The final shot type in your arsenal is grape shot. This is a close-range shot type that is devastating against enemy crew members. Try experimenting with these shot types to sink the approaching enemy ship. With the British now in close quarters, try using the rotation buttons to help keep their ship within the firing arc of your cannons. successfully sunk the British ship. The British flagship is now approaching us. Prepare to engage. Return to your ship quickly by double-clicking on its ship card at the bottom of the screen. Now engage the remaining British ship. You can also control how your ship fires by use of the broadside buttons highlighted now. These buttons control the main battery of guns on the left and right side of the ship. They can be used to deliver devastating punch to the enemy. Try clicking either of the broadside buttons now. Notice the orange ring running around the outside of the broadside buttons? This represents the number of guns on that side that are loaded and ready to fire. Hover your mouse over the broadside button to see exactly how many cannons are ready. This ring will build up as more cannons reload. You can click on the broadside button again to fire off all the ready guns on that side. This allows you more control over how your ship fires and allows you to deal more damage to the enemy. The British ship has been demasted. Its crew are bringing it to a halt. Now is an excellent time to board the enemy. You can give your ship an order to board the British ship by clicking on the highlighted board button. Well done! Your ship will now automatically move into position and begin boarding the enemy. Boarding is a useful way of trying to capture enemy ships by making them surrender. This then adds that ship to your faction once the battle is over.
Les terriens sont prêts.
British ship has surrendered. Additional British ships are coming to join the fray. French reinforcements will be here shortly. With additional ships at your command, this would be a good time to group them together, allowing you to control your fleet more easily. To do this, left-click and drag with your mouse around the ships you wish to group, and then select the Group button at the bottom of the screen. You will now notice that your ship cards have been rearranged into the new groups you have just created. You can still move and select your ships individually, but you can now select the Group tab to move your ships as a group. Whilst in group mode, you will also have access to the Formation button, located at the bottom of the screen. By selecting this, you will be able to choose a specific formation for your ships to use, allowing you to improve your attack prowess or defensive strength. Use the techniques you have just learned to see off the British fleet once and for all. Some men live and die in the shade of their olive trees. A lifetime of peace and simplicity. This book is the record of a man who wanted more. A man who wanted everything. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Soldier, general, emperor. Yet, all things have a beginning. There was a time when Napoleon was just a boy. A boy from Corsica. Ambition. Instilled in the mind of a child, it becomes a powerful force. From an early age, Napoleon was taught that ambition can make a man great. His father had done everything in his power to secure a place for his young son in a school on the mainland, far from Corsica and the confines of island life. Welcome to Corsica. You're about to learn how to build an empire through conquest and diplomacy, establish vast and profitable trade routes, research new and exciting technologies, and advance Napoleon's military power on both land and sea. Fame and glory await. Let's start by getting comfortable with the camera controls. To move the camera around the map, simply press and hold the middle mouse button while moving the mouse in any direction. You can also zoom in and out of the campaign map by rolling the middle mouse button back and forth. Let's select your general, Napoleon Bonaparte. Move your mouse cursor over him and then left-click to select him.
Tenez-vous prêt!
Napoleon has a set number of movement points that can be used in each turn of the game. The distance he can move is shown by the large colored area around him on the map. Each time Napoleon moves, this area becomes smaller until his movement points for the turn are exhausted. Also, within the character's movement area is a slightly smaller area in a different color. This is the zone of control. An enemy army or navy that enters the zone during the turn can be attacked. Try moving Napoleon to the port of Bastia on the northeast coast of Corsica. Select Napoleon and then right-click on the map on the intended destination with your mouse.
Marchez!
Towns, ports and cities form the backbone of your nation. Double left-click on one of them to open its information panel. This will show exactly what it does. The panel contains information about your towns and ports, including their effects and background detail. Clicking on the tick icon will close this panel. Once you have finished everything you want to do during this turn, select the End Turn button at the bottom of the screen. As Napoleon prepared to leave his island home, he must have been nervous. He was a boy leaving his family behind for a life in a strange new place. If only he had known that he was starting out on a path that would change the face of Europe forever. A ship has arrived to take Napoleon to the French mainland. Select Napoleon and then right-click on the ship to board it. Notice that the ship automatically moves towards Napoleon, and if he has enough movement points left in this turn, he will board the ship.
Flotte prête. Embarquez. À gauche, marchez.
Having boarded the ship, you now need to select a destination. As your course has now been set, you need to end turn before your ship can move in the next turn. Having set your ship's course in the previous turn, select the end turn button so that it automatically carries out your order. Alternatively, if you wish to change your orders, simply select your ship and then right-click on the new area of sea to set a new destination.
Mettez les voiles. Mettez-y tout votre cœur. Ordre du navire, capitaine. Armée, halte.
With his father, Napoleon traveled to mainland France to begin his schooling. From the moment he saw his new home, Napoleon fell in love. The beautiful countryside and cities must have been impressive to a boy from a small island. Perhaps he dared to dream that one day he would own all that beauty. With the camera now on Switzerland, quickly move back to Napoleon using the radar map at the bottom left of the screen. Simply left-click on the area of the map within the radar panel that you wish to view. The camera will then move there. Try using this method to change the view to Napoleon. Then select him and make your way to the Swiss border.
En avant, marchez.
Message boxes will appear during most turns on the left-hand side of the screen. As this is an important message, it will automatically open for you. Otherwise, you can left-click on the message icon to view a message or right-click to delete it. You are about to enter another faction's territory. To see what your diplomatic relations are, click on the Diplomacy button at the bottom of the screen. The Diplomacy panel allows you to seek alliances, form trade agreements, and use other nations' land for military access. Each nation is listed in either the Major or Minor Nation tabs. You can interact with a nation by clicking on its name and then left-clicking on the Open Negotiations button at the bottom of the panel. With a trade agreement, France receives additional wealth each turn for as long as the agreement is in effect. Your wealth can be viewed at the bottom of the screen. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. A victim of bullying, Napoleon held his head high. Other children may have drawn in upon themselves. He had the fierce pride of his father, and when asked to kneel before a schoolmaster, he calmly replied that a man bows only before God. This maxim would follow him into his adult years. Make your way to Reims, with Napoleon. As you have chosen to move Napoleon to a destination outside of his movement area, additional arrows have been drawn on the map to display the number of turns required to reach the destination. Each arrow represents one turn. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. Press the space bar to speed up movement and land and sea. Both units and turn times will now accelerate. Press the space bar again to return to the default speed.
Construction du campement. À gauche, marchez.
To construct a college, select the town of Brienne. Then mouse over its construction site icon on the review panel. Once the college drop-down icon appears, left-click on it to start construction. Each building takes a certain number of turns to construct. This number is displayed on the building's icon on the review panel. To review information relating to your current missions, select the Objectives button at the bottom of the screen. The Objectives panel displays your active mission, as well as the overall victory conditions required to win the campaign. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. Traveling between regions can be made faster by improving the roads within them. To do this, select Reims and then select the Infrastructure tab. Then, mouse over the construction site icon and select the Road drop-down icon to upgrade the roads. Better quality roads allow agents and armies to move further within a region during a turn. They also improve the local economy and trade. The construction of the college is now finished. Click on the Research and Technology button at the bottom of the screen. The Research and Technology panel shows military, administrative and industrial technology trees. Simply left-click on the technology icon within one of the trees to start research, or right-click to view the effects of a technology you are interested in researching. Technologies which cannot be researched at the moment will be grayed out. Each educational building you own allows one technology to be researched. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. Gentlemen such as this can be used in a variety of different ways: dueling, stealing technology from other nations, and speeding up your own technology research time. Let's use this gentleman to help with research at the nearby college. To do this, select the gentleman, then
Comment puis-je
right-click
vous
on the
servir?
college of Brienne to send him there. Your gentleman is now
un lieu
inside the college,
d'apprentissage et de culture.
and you will notice on the tech tree that researching your new technology will be faster. By sending more gentlemen to this college, research speed will continue to increase. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished. Each time the technology is successfully researched, you will be presented with this message panel. Here, you will see information about the technologies that have been researched. You will also see which new technologies will be automatically researched from this turn. Napoleon went to study at the École Militaire, a renowned military school that prepared him for his glittering career. He studied the lives of great military leaders, paying particular attention to Alexander's campaigns. He dreamed of emulating his heroes, something that few can turn into reality. But this was not the case for Napoleon. Make your way to Paris. Napoleon is garrisoned within Reims. To exit, simply right-click on an area of land away
À
from the
gauche,
city.
marchez!
To build a cannon foundry, select Paris and then the Construction tab on the Review panel. Now, select the Cannon Foundry drop-down icon from the empty building site. Notice that you can build many different types of buildings in a city, and that cities can have multiple buildings within them. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished. During this campaign, Napoleon has gained various personality traits. Traits can be both positive and negative, and they are acquired as your generals do things and go places. To view your general's traits, right-click on his portrait card in the Army tab of the Review panel. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. You will find the Building Browser button useful now that you have a lot. The Building Browser shows the types and locations of your buildings. Click on any of the buildings to see how it can be upgraded. This panel shows you the chain of upgrades available for the building you have selected. You can also use the arrows at the top of the panel to cycle through your various regions to see which buildings they contain. This is a useful method to see if any buildings can be upgraded in your empire. To recruit a unit, select Paris and then the Recruitment tab on the Review panel. Now select the Cannon unit by left-clicking on its icon. The unit is then added to a queue that shows how many turns are needed to recruit it. Repeat this process to add further units to the queue. To view information about a specific unit, either mouse over a unit card to see a brief tooltip, or right-click on the unit card to bring up its information. This panel gives you important information about the unit, including size, cost, experience, special abilities, and a detailed description. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. The Revolution. A time of upheaval and a shining opportunity for Napoleon. Social position counted for nothing. Ambition would take a man anywhere, and Napoleon had it in abundance. Opportunity was coupled with hardship. Napoleon lost his father, but now he had a destiny to create. Make your way to Dijon with Napoleon.
Hommes, en avant! Immédiatement!
To start building the musket manufactory, remember to select Dijon and then the Construction tab. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. Workers are on strike in Paris. Ignore them for the time being. The people are notorious for kicking up a fuss and will go back to work soon enough. To increase your nation's wealth, upgrade your towns and farms throughout France. Paris is now rioting. Pressing the home key will focus the camera on your capital. You must stop the riot before the situation turns into a full-blown rebellion. Now, click on the Government button at the bottom of the screen to deal with the unrest. The Government panel contains information about the current status of the nation. It also gives you the opportunity to change your government ministers and national taxes. Select the Policies tab to lower taxes in France. To set the tax levels for the upper, you will now notice that the map of Europe will start to change in color depending on the taxes rate you have set for your country. By increasing taxes, you are more likely to upset people, as shown in red. By reducing them, you will increase happiness, as shown in green. Another way to improve the happiness of a city's people is to construct buildings such as opera houses or museums. You may wish to add one of these buildings in Paris. Garrisoning units within a rioting city will also help stop the unrest. Recruit a unit of dragoons to help, as they have a greater policing bonus than other units. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. With the riots over, it is a good idea to repair buildings that were damaged by rioters. Click on any of your towns which have been damaged, shown by black smoke. Now, select the damaged building icon within the Review panel and left-click on the Repair button to start repairing the building. Each building costs a different amount of gold to repair and takes several turns to complete. The cost and time required for repair depends on the amount of damage done. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. After the loss of his father, Napoleon was left without a guide. He found a new mentor in Baron Dutheil, the man who was to nurture his talent for artillery and set the young Napoleon on the path to greatness. Select the port of Genoa to begin the conversion process from a trading port into a dockyard. Now, select the trading port icon on the Review panel. With this selected, click on the Change Building Type button at the bottom of the screen. Then, pick the Dockyard Building icon to convert the town into a dockyard. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. the dockyard completed, we can defend our seas against the Sardinians and other aggressors. To start recruiting your fleet, select Genoa and then the Naval Recruitment tab from within the review panel at the bottom of the screen. Sea trade is vital. The Sardinians have a trade route nearby, and it would be a good idea to indulge in a little piracy. Select your other ship and right-click on the trade route. Once the ship is in position, it will automatically start its pirating activities. This is indicated by the flipping of the ship's flag between pirate and French flags.
Lancez des ordres. Tous à vos postes. Tous à vos postes.
With the trade route under our control, the Sardinians will struggle to make money from it. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. In his first action, Napoleon proved that he was a more than capable soldier. He was able to look battle in the face, unblinking and undaunted. He took this bravery and returned to Corsica, the island home that he had left so long ago. To blockade a port, simply select one of your ships and then right-click on the port you want to blockade. Once the ship reaches the port, it will automatically start the blockade. The port will remain closed until the enemy sends an army or fleet to lift the blockade, or until your ship leaves. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn. Select the Diplomatic Relations button, and then select Sardinia from the list of nations on the Diplomacy panel. Open negotiation with them and choose the Peace Treaty option. Finally, select the Send Proposal button and wait for their response. Have successfully made peace with Sardinia. The waters along our southern coast will be safe again.
Flotte prête. Officier sur
Ordre
le
du
pont.
navire, capitaine.
Hissez les gars. Hissez haut.
Toulon, 1793. Napoleon was given his chance and control of the artillery after the previous commander was injured. Napoleon's attention to detail and confidence made quite an impression on his superiors, and they sang his praises to Paris. His reputation was being made. This is our nation's secret weapon, the spy. Before you send your army to besiege Toulon, a spy can sabotage buildings, assassinate generals, or discover vital information about the enemy. Spies and other agents can be found easily using the list button at the bottom of the screen. The panel will show you useful information about your agents, your armed forces, and your regions. To infiltrate a city, select your spy and then right-click on the city in question. A menu will appear giving you the options of sabotage, assassination, or infiltration. The percentages show the spy's chances of success in each activity.
Reload.
Select the infiltrate option. If the spy has enough movement points, he will automatically try to enter the city. You will get a message to report his success or failure.
Comme vous voulez.
Once the spy enters the city, you will see him in the Agent tab of the Review panel. From here, you will be able to carry out various tasks from the next turn onwards, including assassinations and sabotaging enemy buildings. In light of the information from your spy, it would be wise to increase your army in size and strength. Make sure you have recruited cannons and line infantry from Paris before you attack the city. The city of Toulon, select your army or armies and then right-click on the city.
Préparez-vous. Marchez. Installation du campement. D'autres ordres. Manœuvre terminée. En avant. Marchez. À vos ordres. Préparez-vous pour la bataille. Bataillon prêt.
With the assassination button selected, you will now be shown a list of potential targets, along with the chances of success for each assassination. Select a target to carry out the assassination attempt.
Accepté.
Monsieur!
Je prends la cible en filature.
Oui? Marquez pavillon! Comme rat
Battle
en
panel
cage!
has vital information in determining how to attack or defend against your enemy. Apart from showing you the troops which each army contains and their size, it also shows you how likely you are to win or lose, indicated by the colored bar at the center of the panel. At the bottom of the panel, you will notice various attacking options. These buttons allow you to either continue or break a siege on your enemy's stronghold, attack the enemy by playing or by auto-resolving the battle, or finally, demanding that your enemy surrenders. Try using the auto-resolve options now to capture Toulon.
Hurrah! Hurrah!
You have successfully captured Toulon and driven the British from France. Hailed as a hero, Napoleon had his first taste of fame and loved it. With the power of the military, he could achieve anything. That much was abundantly clear to the young and ambitious officer. All he needed was one chance to build his power base and seize control of the nation he had so admired. He would not have long to wait. As the British warships fled the harbor, so did Napoleon's last doubts in his abilities. He had stepped from the shadows to take command and led his soldiers to victory. At 24, Napoleon was a brigadier general of artillery. Now he wanted an army. The years of waiting were almost over.